Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our new episode of He Said, He Said, He Said, a look at the world from a seasoned Black man's perspective. I'm Alvin King, and welcome to our anniversary show, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, we have been on the air for 1 year, and tonight we are celebrating and we are honoring this show with love. That is our theme tonight for our anniversary. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our anniversary show. Our anniversary show tonight, as I said, is all in the spirit of love and gratitude. And we're going to share special guest appearances, some previous guests and viewer shout outs, a few of our favorite clips, and hopefully yours. And we will announce the winners of our book giveaway from our show last week, which featured author Dwayne Vernon. And I also want to say thank you all for all of your congratulatory testimonial submissions. We could not get them all in and played. We got an overwhelming response to our request to submit some submissions. Hello, Rose. Hello, Monica. And please, I want to give a shout out to Oscar. He's on here every week, and I never say hello to Oscar. He doesn't put his quotes in here, but hello, Oscar, and thank you for the happy anniversary. We are grateful to be on this show for 1 year, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to do something that I would normally do at the end of the show, but I want to do it now so that I don't forget. Hey, Rudy, I want to first thank the NNPA for this platform that we have here, that we've been able to bring to you for 45 shows, which is our 45th show tonight. We are so happy and fortunate to have this platform by the NNPA. I also want to thank our producer, Norman Rich, ladies and gentlemen, for just being supportive of the vision and making sure that we get pushed and we do what we have to do to bring this show to you every week. I want to thank our guests who have given their time every Friday when you're on here at 7 o'clock, when you could be out cocktailing or doing whatever, but you're watching us and supporting us, and we appreciate that. And I also want to thank our previous hosts, co-hosts that have been on, Jacques Whitfield, Saladin Dare, and Nigel, who's one of our new co-hosts. And I especially want to thank Vash Bodhi, because Vash Bodhi, you can't see, but if I had three hands, he would be the third hand, ladies and gentlemen, okay, for making this show run. They are all blessings in disguise. And again, in the name of love, ladies and gentlemen, before we start the show, I have a special shout out that I want to give. I don't know if you all have seen the cover of Essence, but Niecy Nash and her wife, Jessie Betts, are on the cover of Essence, and they are the first lesbian couple that Essence have ever had on their cover. So a shout out to Niecy Nash and Essence and Jessie Betts for making this happen. So right while I was going through that, I got a little note that said that we have a special guest that wants to give an announcement that I don't know about. And this is a total surprise to me, ladies and gentlemen. So if we can have the surprise.
On behalf of the National Newspaper Publishers Association, I'm very pleased to salute and congratulate He Said, He Said, He Said on the first anniversary. This is an important live stream program that NNPA supports. We support diversity, equity, and inclusion, and we have to have a variety of voices and content on our broadcasts.
Wow. Thank you, Dr. Chavis. And, I don't want to say anything else without bringing on my co-host tonight, Mr. Vash Bodhi and Mr. Nigel Ashford. If we could do that. Hey, happy anniversary.
Cheers, happy anniversary.
Cheers, 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 cheers. Let me tell everybody, Nigel is on the way. He has some technical difficulties, but he is going to be here for the anniversary show. So just want to let you all know he's coming, but he will be on the way. Cheers, Vash.
In the meantime, we are enjoying our bottled cocktails. That's all I'm going to say, because They are delicious, and we could not think of a better way to celebrate than by supporting one of our previous guests.
I couldn't have said it any better. I am drinking Basil Hazel tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And for you all who don't know, in October, we introduced a segment of the show called We See You, where we recognize Black-owned businesses, Black-owned and operated businesses. And this company, Bottle, right behind me here, Bottle was our first guest on the show. And if we could, I think they are backstage. They wanted to do a special appearance tonight. So, hey, Stefan.
Hey. You know, we thought it was incredibly important for us to participate in this anniversary. We're actually out on date night, but it is incredibly important. We thank you all for, supporting us and really evangelizing what we're doing. We also want to do the same for you, too.
Yes, thank you again, Alvin, for just having us. Thank you for introducing us. Thank you for just everything you've done for Bottled. And he said, you, Vash, as well. Just thank you, really.
Well, thank you, because there are a lot of people doing things and businesses that are being run, Black-owned businesses that are being run, and I know I was very delighted to have you guys on the show. So thank you, Vash.
And congratulations on your anniversary. Yes.
Yeah, congrats. Yeah.
Hey.
And we hope to be on again. We hope to support anything else that you all are doing as well.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Right on. Well, we are talking about doing a viewer party reception thing with Chef Cottrell. So you guys, hold out, because we are likely to call you to have you participate in that.
Awesome. Thank you.
We'd love to be a part. Yes.
We're calling it our spring thing. Well, we're not going to keep you from your date night, because truly I know how important those are. Okay. So, and you got to make sure that you seize the moment. But thank you all for taking the time out to come and give us a congratulatory salute. And we hope to see you guys real soon.
All right. Thank you so much. Congrats.
Thanks,
Congratulations.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Wasn't that nice?
That was quite amazing. And speaking of nice, I don't want to just gloss over Dr. Benjamin Chavez Jr. showing up and giving a message. That is monumental, and we appreciate being welcomed in to the NNPA family. To NNPA, to Dr. Benjamin Chavez Jr.
This one's for you, and another year's coming. Okay.
Yes, indeed.
So wait a minute. So I told well, first of all, you guys, for those of you, hey Keith J, hey Monica, we got Karen Spencer on here. Derwin is here. Don Wagner is here. Hey, I don't know Don. Is Don a newbie?
Don, are you new? Is this your first time? Because we have not seen
Don?
you come across our screen, and we are happy to see you. Thank you for helping us celebrate.
We got acknowledged, and I see Alma and Rose. Oh my God. Thank you all. Wow. And did we say Rudy?
Yes.
Okay, we said Rudy.
We can never say Rudy enough. Hey,
we
Rudy.
cannot ever say, because our skin looks the way it does because of Rudy, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we cannot say his name enough. But as I said in the introduction, we had some folks that have provided some congratulatory testimonials, and we were so honored to have them. So if you guys would join us, just come and go on this journey with us, and hopefully we have pulled some footage that you will be pleased with, because we're going to talk about some of the shows that we pulled. And don't feel like you don't want to chime in. You don't have to chime in. Please chime in. We want to hear from you. All right. So if we could roll our first guest testimonial, and let's let it rip.
I'm Dr. Holmes, and I was a special guest on a few episodes of He Said, where they discuss mental health awareness as well as code switching. I want to thank you guys for this platform and say happy anniversary. And I'm looking forward to many more great topics and discussions and in educating our community. It has been a great year.
For that.
I have looked forward to that every Friday podcast, and I can't wait to see what you all have in store for us for 2022.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, but before we get to this next clip, I also want to say that Doc Donita actually was the first person to introduce our mental health series that we have, and so she wasn't the only one though that we had on our mental health series. We had Stephen Welch, we had Corey George, E.K. Ray. We had Titileo Ogunmaginwa from the American Diabetes Association and Dr. Deborah Warner, all talking about how you can take better care of yourself. And that has been a tremendous feat for us in running this show this year. So thanks to everyone that I just mentioned, and thank you, Doc Donita. Yes. Thank you. And one more plug for Doc Donita. She is actually my second eldest niece. Okay, so I just want y'all to say that some brains running this King family. I just want you all to know. Okay, so I got to give some shout out. Okay, and Colin Clark is on here from New York. I'm talking good friend. Thank you, Colin, for joining the show, and thank you for the well wishes tonight. So amazing. I know you all saw it, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. You guys, we had a clip that was just up. Let's run these next two clips because we got something to say about this family affair.
I think we gave her fantastic advice, which is absolutely what she needed. Let's all listen to question number 2.
Hey everybody, how you doing? My name is Donnie Grady, and I will be your virtual video reader for the day. So, let's get started here. And hello everyone, by the way. I apologize for that. Hey, Ms. Alma. Question begins. I just got a new job working security. I'm grateful to get this job. I lost my other job during COVID. I work the night shift, and my problem is this. There's a coworker I'm partnered with. He leaves every night to go see his girlfriend. He's married. Exactly. He's married, and I'm not trying to get all up in his business, but I'm new, and I need him to do his damn job. What's your advice? Should I go to him directly or to the supervisor? I'm mad conflicted. Well, I already know my answer. I won't go to the man, personally, but it's you guys' job on the panel to handle this question. Thanks.
I love that the Mona Lisa is like judging him.
I know. And Mona Lisa's back there like.
I'm sorry, I couldn't even hold that back. Like, just like.
I was all in Mona Lisa's face.
Yes.
Okay.
That is my name.
That was a clip from Ask Alma. Is that correct, Vash?
Yes, it is. So part of this anniversary celebration, we're actually celebrating our journey of not just doing our own show, but of actually being a part of the NNPA family and being on Alma's show. Alma's show is it's an advice column show where people get to write in with questions, and she has a panel that answers those questions. It's on Tuesday nights. It's super fun. And to be a part of her family as a result of being a part of the He Said family is really super fantastic. And that clip was hilarious because the Mona Lisa really was a part of that clip. She really was just looking and making sure he was asking that question right. It was really hilarious.
Well, we also have another clip because, we're like Motown here. So we brought Alma onto our show. So let's take a look at that clip when we invited Ask Alma to He Said.
I do not understand why people will leave their house on the phone because they don't want people inside to hear their conversation and then stand outside and let the whole neighborhood hear it.
Why would they do that?
Like, why would they do that?
That was a freeze. Oh my goodness. I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened to that clip, but that was a moment where Alvin was back on our show. We can see if we can bring that up later.
Well, we see if we can bring, but yes, like I said, it's like Motown around here, and we definitely work together and support each other. And Alma, really, really thank you for all that you do. So I think Alma has something that she wants to say.
Alvin, Vash, hey, And happy anniversary to you and the He Said crew. Every week, I can't wait to see what I can learn, and I can't wait how you guys challenge us to be better. Again, I learn something new every week, and I enjoy spending time with you every week. So cheers. Here's to much success. And I couldn't be more thrilled for you. Again, happy anniversary.
Thank you, Alma. Thanks, you.
Alma.
Well, you know, again, as I said, we are truly a family affair, and we could not have had this year without the support of the NNPA. And I think we have a clip where Vash introduced to our viewers who NNPA are.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think we do. Hold on one second. I want to just give you guys a little bit of background on NNPA. So back in 1827, a group of prominent free African Americans met in New York City at the home of Boston Crummell. They met to discuss ways to streamline communication about the issues that confronted their various communities. So at that time, Black citizens didn't really have access to newspapers. And those newspapers they had access to were often used to fight against their actual causes. So during that meeting in 1827, the decision was made to start the first newspaper published by Black Americans. The newspaper was called Freedom's Journal. And some of the first words that appeared in Freedom's Journal was, "Too long have others spoken for us. We wish to plead our own cause, and they have not stopped." Over the years, the number of Black newspapers grew. And in 1941, representatives from the 22 largest publications met in Chicago, where they tried to streamline and focus their energies together for the cause of Negro journalism. And the National Negro Publishers Association was born. In 1956, 14 years later, the organization changed their name to the National Newspaper Publishers Association. And today, the National Newspaper Publishers Association has more than 200 Black newspapers in the US and in the Virgin Islands. And thanks to the digital age, they have been able to start blackpressusa.com, which enables them to provide real-time news and information to the world every single day. They've recently gotten into long-form video programming, which is how you are seeing He Said right now on your screen. So we congratulate the Black Press NNPA on 81 years of informing and representing Black Americans. We are humbled to be included in your legacy of journalism.
It's awesome. Thank you.
To Karen Carter Richards, the NNPA chair, to Dr. Benjamin Chavis Jr., NNPA president and CEO, to the entire NNPA organization, network, and family, we thank you for holding this space for all of our voices, and we hope you have the most amazing conference ever. Now, to find out more about the Black Press NNPA or to register for the virtual conference, please visit virtualnnpa2021.com, because we will be there next Friday. We hope you will be there. The conference starts on the 23rd and goes until I think the 25th or the 26th, but more information is online. Please, please, please check it out. You didn't know, you guys, that you were part of such an amazing legacy being on the show, right? Did you?
Well, there you have it. There you have it. 81 years, the NNPA has been in full swing. And well, this will be 82 years this year, correct? Because
this year is actually 82 years.
82 years. Wow, yeah. Wow. Well, you know, we have another clip that we're going to play from the show. We had an author that was on the show, ladies and gentlemen, who wrote a book, Alabama Grandson. And if you haven't seen it, please go to our YouTube and pull up the entire show. But here's a clip from Alabama Grandson with Cedric Bridgeforth, the author.
Is your favorite piece of advice that you got from your grandmother that either is or is not in the book?
Oh, look, I'm going to do this right now. Ooh.
I have a few. The one that The one that came to mind is really around patience, right? And she would always, people were like, pray for me, pray that I have patience. And she's like, baby, don't pray for patience unless you realize that God stores patience on the other side of hell, and you may have to go through hell to get it.
I'm telling you guys, that was an amazing show. So, and it was one of the shows that was one of the turning points for our show, because we had never had an act. Well, and he's an author. There's a lot to Cedric, but that was the first time that we had an author on the book on the show. That I think he wasn't the first, but his book had just dropped, and so it was, he made time to come on the show, which we were very, very grateful for. So so thank you, Cedric, for those kind words. For that piece that you ran on the show. And I think Cedric is here, right? Is Cedric here?
Hello, I'm Cedric Bridgeforth. I appeared on the episode entitled Black Excellence. Congratulations on your anniversary. The wealth of knowledge and depth of experience shared within this context is exactly what the world needs right now. Thank you, he said, and much success to you in the future.
Thank you, Cedric. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Cedric. And what nice words. I mean, exactly what the world needs right now. It's a lovely thing. I mean, one of the things that surprised me about us doing the show, one has been the response. I mean, we have some of the most amazing viewers, yes, loyal and true, who comment and really raise our conversations to a new level. But they also inspire us. I mean, the fact that people see what we do, learn something from every show, and come back to learn more, that means the world. So thank you, Cedric, for pointing that out and for letting us know.
Yeah, and I've said throughout the year that we are a resource, and that's how we wanted to position ourselves. And our viewers definitely, I have to say, keeps us on our toes. Even after we've had the show, if there was something said that a viewer had a question about, or maybe just wanted to make sure that what we said not necessarily was legitimate, but just to get more information, they reached out to us. So we do not want to underestimate the appreciation that we have for our viewers, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you, as Bart said, thank you so much. For some shows that we've had, we've had to push the envelope a little bit in some way, just to make sure that we cover all sorts of topics. So one of the topics that we covered was dating in this, coronavirus era, and making sure that we got the word out about where you could go if you needed to get a date, so forth and whatnot. And we decided to have a dating coach to come on the show from betterwaytomeet.com. And I think we have a clip from Mr. Lamont White on dating in the HIV era.
Yes, we do. Honored World AIDS Day on December 1st.
Yep.
We're trying to, honor what World AIDS Day stands for, as well as helping to eradicate not only HIV, but the stigma around it. How does HIV and HIV status come into play when you are matchmaking? And are you seeing it matter more, less, what?
Yeah, so great question, because on Wednesday, which was World AIDS Day, I do a show called Shoot Your Shot Wednesday. And so at the end of it, I made sure I did a shout out to people who are living with HIV, navigating HIV, like all of that. Because I feel like with gay men, it's a reality for us. Whether it's a partner, a friend, we know someone who's living with HIV, and we should be supporting each other. I get into the weeds when I do interviews, like direct questions like, are you top, your bottom? What are your thoughts about dating someone who's living with HIV? And guys are very forthcoming with their status, or yes, I'm open to dating someone who's positive, or they're not. I am finding that most gay men are very open to dating someone who's living with HIV. The thing that they're most concerned about is the person who's living with HIV, their mental health, that they're comfortable with themselves. That's the biggest thing. They're like, oh yeah, are they taking their medicine? Are they comfortable with it? Oh, let's make it happen then.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Right. Well, because HIV is not taboo anymore. I mean, to many people. I'm not going to say to everybody, but you know,
there still are some people who are like,
there's still some people like absolutely not. But yeah, it's not like it was. I'm going to say even 5-8 years ago.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's not like that. So yeah,
access to PrEP, it makes it more easier. But I will say this, because you know, people might hate me, but I'm gonna say it because my other hat, I work at CDC. The Black gay men have not achieved viral suppression at the rates of white gay men,
right?
And access PrEP at the same as white gay men. So we have to do a better job of talking more about PrEP, staying on your medication, and helping each other to do that. Like even mean like taking each other to the doctor. Hey, bro, I know you're having sex with a condom. Get on PrEP.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for doing that because that's really important. And Rudy Miles says, so is you equals you even a conversation? And you equals you means undetectable, means untransmittable.
It's definitely a conversation. Like even on like the dating apps where I talk to my clients about using some who are living with HIV, I say put it out there. I say complete that full profile so that people know what they're signing up for.
Thank you, Lamont. Again, I'm going to say to everyone who's watching this show, that was just a clip. But that show is actually one of our highest viewed shows, ladies and gentlemen. And so if you please go to our He Said live Facebook page and click like, share, but also search and find that show because that was a very, very informative, fun, informative, important show.
Yeah, on many levels. There was a lot of stuff that was covered. Another thing that he covered in that episode was that people may want to think about going to a sex therapist to help them deal with a multitude of issues. I mean, as always, we cover a lot of ground in each of our episodes. And you mentioned that episode is really high rating. You're talking about on Facebook, but our episodes also appear on the NNPA YouTube channel. So if people are watching, please make sure you go and check out the NNPA channel because not only is our show there, but all the other NNPA shows are there. And you might find something else that you're interested in. But also please check out our YouTube clip channel because what happens is the clips that we upload to Facebook have a whole new life over on YouTube. And the conversations are very different. We find that people are very interested in other things. One of the most highly watched clips of ours, actually, Alvin, is the What They Didn't Say clip. Do you remember the thing that we produced about what they didn't say about the soldiers in Bamber Bridge?
Yeah, in Bamber Bridge, sure do, yeah.
That is our highest rated and most commented on clip. So if you get a chance, go over to our YouTube channel, look at the clips there, comment, because you are engaging in a completely different audience than you do when you see and comment on our things on Facebook.
Thank you, Vash. I also want to take a moment right now because I'm looking at Vash. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he comes on every week and he's Vash. He has his Vash style and look. But tonight I'm looking at you and I'm going, I've never seen this look on you, and you look pretty good. Okay,
it's okay to be dazzled.
I gotta give you like some props, okay? Because
thank you.
Kudos. It is our anniversary, but kudos. You look amazing. So I have to say that. And again, I'm going to say I apologize that Nigel is not here, but he was having some serious technical difficulties tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Alma. Yeah. I haven't worn some of this stuff in 2 years. So the fact that it fits is a beautiful thing. Okay. So I am not mad. I'm not mad. And I am not lying. All this fits, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, on
you always look good, Alvin. Let me just say, you always look good. Like every week, I know you are always holding it down in fashion. I wish there was a montage of your outfits. We'll have to do that on another show. But from the low cut hooker fits that I know you wear out to the club, to the tie and coat, exactly, to the tie and coat looking dignified, you were always holding it down for us.
I appreciate that. I do. You know, I would say fashion is first, but I can't say that. Thank you, Rose. Thank you. Thank you. You and Vash are indeed serving. Thank you, Rudy. Thank you, Rose, for that. You know, earlier we talked about Doc Donita being a part of our health series that we ran, but we also put together a manage your finance series, ladies and gentlemen, and our finance guru, Mr. Randy Jones, has been on this show. I mean, at least 3 or 4 times. He's one of our most visited guests on the show. And when he came on the first time, he told us about how we can be financially fit. Okay. And then he came back and talked about building your financial plan. And then he had the audacity to come back and talk about fertilizing your finances. By this time, I was ready to pass the plate, okay? Because he took us to financial church. And when I tell you, Randy has been a staple on this show, ladies and gentlemen, I cannot overemphasize that enough. I cannot. I really can't. And we have a clip by Randy.
Yeah, we do.
Are there certain things that you would do first, second, and third when creating a financial plan?
Yeah. Here's what people do typically when building a financial plan. What they'll do is say, I'm going to eliminate my debt first so that I have some cash to invest. And then I'm going to invest my money because I want my money to grow. And then out of my investments, I want to go ahead and start saving some money because I got some extra money to put away for a rainy day and for my future. And then I want to, figure out a way that I'm going to protect all the money that I've accumulated. That is backwards. Flip it. Mm-hmm. First thing you have to do is protect first. You need to protect the source of the income, That involves things like life insurance, disability insurance, long-term care, disability insurance. Then you need to become great at saving. A person who saves for 20 years in a shoebox will have more money than a person who invests for 20 years in the market, even with a 0% chance, a 0% rate of return because they have a 0% chance of loss. And then after you become great at savings, enhance your savings through investing. And then after you're investing, then eliminate your debt.
You all, I'm telling you, please go to our YouTube page and see the full show, okay? Absolutely incredible. Randy is no joke, and we are honored to have had him on this show to actually manage our Manage Your Finances series.
Mm-hmm. Randy has been on so much. He is like an honorary co-host of He Said, bald head and everything.
Yes. Yeah. I don't even know if I can. All I can say is to that, Randy gets a lot of likes when we start advertising for this show, the way we advertise when he's on the show. And I'm telling you, when he put his picture up, I hope people are actually reading our post so you can, get in touch with Randy to fix your finances. Yes, that's all you need to get in touch with Randy for, to fix your finances, okay? But Randy said, Randy stopped by you guys and he wanted to share something with us.
Hey, my name's Randy Jones, and I was a special guest on He Said. Hey, guys, thanks for creating this platform. Much luck to you in the future because you guys really work hard and deserve it. Talk to you soon.
Foster, you remember when we had Randy on the... Thank you, Randy. Thank you. Remember we had Randy on the show to make him play that game where we talked about... We named 2 people. And we had to decide, he had to pick which one of the persons were it. For example, It was a game where we said, which of these 2 people had the highest net earnings? And Randy was like, I don't know what to do here, but I'm just going to call out names as I see them. He was so funny.
Yes, indeed. At one point in time, I think he was just voting the way that I was voting. And I had to tell him, Randy, I don't know. Follow somebody else. Follow somebody else. Yeah, he's such a good sport and very knowledgeable. And it's always a pleasure to have him on and have him be a part of the family. It's, that's one of the things that we've done over this past year. I think we have really cultivated a family, not just of the people that have been on the show, but again, the people that watch. So many times in the clips that we have shown, there's been someone's name who has popped up a number of times. And, the name is Rudy Miles. We have seen him a number of times. And we just want to thank you, Rudy, for all that you do and have done with the show and being a fabulous member of our audience, etc.
Thank you. Thank you. Also on the show, Vash, this year, we've been very fortunate to get some scholars on this show. I mean, Nigel!
Hey guys, how are you doing?
Hey.
Oh my goodness, Nigel, you shocked my book. My book fell. Okay, look. Behind me. Nigel came on. He is nowhere near me, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, but my book just fell. And I'm gonna put my book back up here next to my bottled drinks. And I think I'm just gonna sit it here. And
you guys got your heads extra shiny today.
Oh my goodness.
It's our anniversary. It's our anniversary.
Yeah, buff. Yeah, buff.
You didn't hear this, but thank you so much, for all you bring to the show. And we'll talk a little bit more about that again. But I just wanted to say, I thanked you earlier and thank you for working it out so that you could be here. Look at your fans screaming your name. See?
Hey, Rudy, how are you?
That's what's up. That's what's up. But I was just saying that over this past year we've had a Harvard professor on the show. We've had the director of the NAACP on the show to talk about some topics that we thought that our viewers really, really needed to hear about that impacted the African American community. So if we could run these next two clips, please, we can see some of those clips from the show.
Robert, though the Emancipation Proclamation, which was a presidential decree used as a war tactic by Lincoln, emancipated people, it didn't abolish the legal status of slaves or the state laws establishing slavery. So how did Black activists galvanize their resources to continue the fight for abolition? And who were some of the key players during that time?
One of the things that I'm going to be a broken record about with you guys is to say that we need to begin actually a little bit before 1865, and we probably need to begin again as early as the first sizable free Black populations in the Northeast. And the reason I say that is that we see that the last Northeastern population of Black persons is liberated, if you will, in 1827. But by 1830, you're starting to have what are called colored conventions, and colored conventions are happening all over the country. The first one is in Ohio in 1830. By the time you get to 1890, so really the close of the Reconstruction period, and all through the Civil War, there have been 200 of these conventions. So you're seeing literally thousands of persons using their resources to sue state governments, to assist people trying to reestablish themselves after enslavement, to fight against segregation laws that are developing in a piecemeal fashion all over the country. So it wasn't that there are individuals who are famed for the work that they did. Obviously, someone like Frederick Douglass would be at the center of that. However, there were hundreds of activists, and in fact, thousands of activists around African American people's civil liberties and around resistance to segregation policies and black codes, they were called, long before the close of slavery for the whole country. So you begin in the 1830s and you see the same population of people being augmented by newly freed people who are struggling against newly developing black codes in former Confederate states, I should say. So it was a big push. Can I just say one other thing about it? And part of the reason I'm so passionate about it is that one of the things that W.E.B. Du Bois says to us in his groundbreaking work that you guys should read, Black Reconstruction, is that the way that we talk about the cessation of slavery and the beginning of Reconstruction is that it's something that white folks did for black people. That's a lie. Then the truth of the matter is that you saw the massive amount of activism around the close of slavery and the enactment of Black civil rights in this country were happening by Black persons. Some of them really recently freed, or persons who had taken their freedom. And two, that the reason that he says that the Civil War was won was because you saw a massive general strike on the part of enslaved people who said, you know what, we're not going to feed these Confederate soldiers, and we're not going to plant these crops, and we're going to deal with food shortages and lack of materials ourselves, and we're going to run away at the very first step that we can actually run away. And that is going to do what is going to actually tilt the Civil War in the favor of the Union versus in the favor of the Confederacy. I believed it was on that. And I think that one of the things I want to move away from is that there are very, very special Black people who, you know, in 1830, 1840, 1850, 1860, 1870, actually helped to move our community. It was that our community, as it does all the time, created people who were figureheads for and leaders of mass organization on the part of both free people and enslaved people before the close of slavery in 1865. If you wanted me to, I'll stop that, but I'll just say that I wanted to say that you guys are exactly right to talk about the fact that the Emancipation Proclamation is not the thing that ends slavery. The Emancipation Proclamation is the thing that ends slavery in the rebel states. Slavery is ended, I think it's December 6th,
December 18th, 1865.
With the 13th Amendment.
Mm-hmm. I'll talk more about that in a second too.
The 13th Amendment ends enslavement. The 14th Amendment establishes, which is in 1868, establishes citizenship rights for all persons born in the United States. And I just want to talk about that or who are naturalized. And I just want to talk about that for a minute. And the 15th Amendment gives effectively African-American men voting rights. The reason I want to talk about the 14th Amendment, which says that a citizen is a person who is born in the United States, is because the reason for that is that it said that all of these Black persons who were born here, whose grandparents were born here, whose great-grandparents were born here, are in fact citizens, and that any person who is born on this soil is in fact a citizen. I'm livid about Donald Trump and company saying that we're going to struggle against immigrant children who are being born here by parents who are undocumented as citizens. I don't care what the hell they say. This is something that is a right that was secured by our ancestors, our enslaved ancestors. And it is one of the things that makes the United States a beautiful country. Black people should be particularly enraged about it. It's an insult to our people. And the idea that if the child is born on this land, as it is an American child and we will care for it, that's a beautiful idea. Right. You know, that is the best of who we are. Why would we not want to get rid of that? I don't care what the kid looks like.
All right. Thank you. I wanted to go to the next clip after Dr. Reed Farr also, because I want to talk about both of these clips. So if we could play the next clip by Dr. Riley.
How has CRT moved the needle on inclusion in the United States?
I mean, it is, a lot of work. As you think about the process of creating policy, which really sets the parameters and guidelines for how institutions are structured, a lot of the lawmakers and policy makers and advocacy organizations have relied on CRT-based research to ensure that communities are included and thought about as they develop policies and procedures or legislation. And so, one of the things to think about is that although CRT is, you're not going to see it or hear it referred to as people are putting legislation forward or as they're advocating for certain areas, it has influenced everything from how we think about school access, how we think about healthcare programs and reform, how we've addressed gentrification and this revitalization of neighborhoods and communities. It's been a behind the scenes, and I don't even say behind the scenes, it's been a very evident and necessary tool for inclusion because it informs how people understand and think about something. And so, what folks who do this work really are trying to do is make sure that their inquiry, their research, their work is in front of those who are making these pretty big decisions. If you think about a lot of the, for the first time, to my knowledge, we have a president in the United States who has made an executive order about racial equity. We've never seen that before. It was some of the folks doing CRT type of work that even were able to elevate that as a necessary tool, because the reality of it is this country is going to be majority and is consistently growing to be majority people of color, and will continue to do so. And there are folks who are nervous about that. It's why we're seeing January 6th. It's why we saw Stop the Steal. It's why we're seeing this fight against CRT. And so CRT has been a very successful tool, and folks are nervous about that, which is why it's under attack at this point in time.
Those were two very, very important shows for me. Yes. Yes.
I will say when we
I'm sorry,
first started. Oh, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, I will say when we first started off with Robert, I don't know, you just gave me Gil vibes when you said his name at first, when you were like, so, Robert. And I was like, oh, here we go. But I will say that in going back and watching that video, I wasn't present at the time, but in going back and watching that video and learning so much about the color convention movement and like learning of all the organizations that it started and created, and it taught me such a lesson, because I didn't think people in the early 1800s, and they don't teach us in these schools, and this is the history that they don't teach in schools, like proper American history, that they were starting these organizations and that these intelligent people of color of 1800s were coming together to talk about movements and ways that they can help their people in any type of way. And also knowing that it led to the NAACP in 1909. Like, that was really, really cool. So I will say that was interesting. And Jamie, before we had that topic with racial theory, I won't even lie, I didn't know what that was. And then when he came on, and I was like, you know what, we're finna wing this. Like, I did my research and I still don't know what it is. But when Jamie broke it down, it was like, okay, I get it. Okay, so, okay, it makes total sense. So I feel like this show really does a good job in explaining, especially to people my age and younger, what things are and about forbidden history.
Well, thank you, Nigel. Yeah, I thought both of those shows to me were very informative to me, and that was one of the reasons why I wanted Jamie. He told me don't call him doctor, to come on to the show, because I knew that I didn't know, or what I knew about critical race theory, he could break it down in a way that we could all understand. So yeah, those are two very good shows. Thank you for that clip, also, Vash.
Yeah, because the thing that I learned from the first clip was how instrumental Black people have been in this country with, one, securing their own freedom. We're never really taught that enslaved people, as well as people who got their own freedom, were the ones who really were responsible for freeing the rest of the slaves and ending slavery, because of all the activism work that they were doing, as well as the work that they were doing by not doing work as they were continuing to be enslaved. I mean, that was super powerful. There are lots of things to be learned from that particular episode, which, if you haven't seen it, please make sure you check it out.
So what we're going to do now, ladies and gentlemen, we have we have some guest testimonials and a few clips. And so, if you all don't mind, I want to go ahead and run through the next testimonials and clips. Are you guys okay with that?
Oh, sure.
Yep.
Okay. So who's the next testimonial from? Somebody who's been on the show a lot, I think.
Hello, I'm Rudy Miles, Beauty by Rudy. I was a special guest on the episode Skin Tight. We talked about skincare and, of course, self-care. So happy 1-year anniversary, gentlemen. Please keep doing what you're doing and saying what you're saying. Thank you so much for the platform.
Thank you.
Rudy.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Rudy.
What we're doing and saying what we're saying.
Thank you. So yeah, let's keep the clips rolling, please.
a story in my own family history, a will contest. It turns out that my great-great-great-great-grandmother was a enslaved woman, and she was owned by my great-great-great-great-grandfather. Now, he did a will in 1846 that set her free along with her 8 children and her 6 grandchildren, and they had to make their way to freedom. But I didn't know any of this. And in 2014, I had a great aunt who was turning 100, and I wanted to do something special to commemorate her life and how significant she'd been for our family, because she was born in 1914. She walked 4 miles each way to get her college degree at Southern Illinois University, and she married a Tuskegee Airman, and she traveled with him before he went off to war, and she taught the other children of Tuskegee Airmen. But she was a matriarch in her family. So I wanted to do something special to commemorate her life as she was turning 100.
And you know,
kind
Alvin,
of ties back into the one you just asked about short and long-term impact. And then when you think about in corporate America, some of the short-term impact is low job satisfaction, decreased work performance in the short run. Over time, though, on the long-term impact, feelings of abandonment for yourself, feeling abandoned,
That's right.
as well as depression and anxiety. I think one of the biggest things that I found important in corporate America is mentorship and sponsorship.
Yeah.
Finding someone that you can connect with in corporate who understands what your experiences can be as a person of color in a corporate world and can help you navigate through it. Because without that support, it increases the chances of having or experiencing some of those long-term psychological effects like depression and anxiety.
Hey, my name is Silver Logan Sharp.
And I'm Paula Potts.
And we were special guests on He Said,
He Said,
He Said, episode 12.
Family Affair.
A mother-daughter bond. Here's to the future and much success.
Congratulations, gentlemen, for creating this amazing platform.
Happy anniversary.
Oh, wasn't that nice? Oh my God! Oh my God! We need to go back real quick. Thank you, Rudy. Right? Thank you, Rudy, for that. And that clip from Terry Franklin, it got cut off. So Nigel, can you just give us briefly what that clip was about, please?
Yes, one thing that I truly loved about Terry, and I think he just taught us a lesson that don't forget your history. And he went back, talk about his grandmother was turning 100 years old, and he went back to his great grandmother, if I'm not mistaken, who was a great grandmother who wasn't mistaken.
Great.
Yeah, it was the 3rd grade. I thought so. Thank you. Right? Oh, it was the 4th grade. Oh, wow. Yes. Yeah, she was a slave, but she was married to her husband, who was a Caucasian individual, and they lived in a city that they thought was free for Black people, but turned out it wasn't. But he ended up having to make her his slave for them to live with him, and also the children as well. And in his will, he talked about how he wanted them to be free and give them their freedom. But he also spoke about how the brother of the slave owner said he was out of his mind and that wasn't true, and that he was crazy, and that that his brother didn't want them to have his freedom. So to find out all that information and to give that a gift to your 100-year-old grandmother, I just thought that was so beautiful, and to celebrate her legacy and going to college in 1914, if I'm not mistaken. And also just teaching Tuskegee Airmen and marrying the Tuskegee Airmen. All of that history in that family was just so beautiful. And I just wanted to give him so much praise for telling his story. And Dr. Holmes, Alvin, she was just so amazing, so candid, and just really brought that raw information of what it means to code switch, especially for the workplace, and how it is important as African Americans to truly find that person or people or that community within our jobs where we can feel that we can talk to and totally express themselves.
Thank you. Yeah, those were very powerful clips. Thank you for doing that, Nigel. We have a few minutes, but we're going to get through this. We need to actually announce our. Well, thank you, Silver and Paula, for coming on and giving us a shout out. Thank you. We need to have the announcement of our book giveaway. So there were 5 winners that were selected from last week. Thank you all for sending in your submissions. And we have the author, Dwayne Vernon, who's going to announce the winners, and all of you will receive an autographed copy of his book.
Yeah, that's going to be really quite amazing because, it's such an amazing thing. Thank you all who entered into that giveaway. We're really, really super excited to be able to announce this.
Hello, I'm Dwayne Vernon, author of The Master's Plan and my newly released novel, Counterpunch. Tonight I'm here to announce the winners of the book giveaway from last week's show. Drum roll, please. Let me stop. The winners of The Master's Plan are Randall Copeland, Jessa Benedict, and Keith J. The winners of my newly released Counterpunch are Rick Irick and Philip Frazier. You all will receive my autographed copy. Thanks to He Said, He Said, He Said. Thanks for the opportunity. Happy anniversary, guys, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, and congratulations, guys. That was Joseph, Randall, Keith J, Rick Irick, and Philip Frazier, and that's Joseph Benedict and Randall Copeland. Yes.
Wow. Well, I have to say that there was definitely a different clip to show about the book giveaway. So I'm glad that one ran.
Okay.
Well, there was a much different and much more fabulous one, which listed everyone's names and everything. But
it is a live show.
Hey, there you go.
And the reason we can have that book giveaway is because of our viewers. And there are some viewers that have sent in their actual viewer testimonials that we want to air with you guys tonight. So thank you, viewers. Can we run our viewer testimonials, please?
Happy anniversary, guys. I am a faithful viewer of He Said, He Said, He Said. Thank you for all of the wonderful content that you have presented this entire year. Keep up the great work and continue to say what he said, he said, he said. Thank you so much.
Hello, he said, he said, he said. My name is Rosalie Settles, and I'm a faithful watcher of the show. And I just wanted to say, gentlemen, congratulations and happy anniversary. I look forward to more wonderful inspiration and laughter in 2022. Keep up the good work and continued success.
Thank you, Rose and Kenny D. Thank you. Wow.
We see Rose's name every week in this feed. It was so amazing to see her beautiful face, and Kenny as well. Handsome man. Thank you so much, you guys, for reaching out and submitting your testimonies. That was really beautiful.
Thank you. So, Bosh, this is you, man. I think that what we've done every week that everybody has gotten used to. We have run a words of the week. So Vosh has prepared something for you guys tonight.
Yeah, every week Alvin chooses some really inspirational words to share with you all, and I create these visual presentations of those and share them with you, usually at the end of the episode on our Facebook page and on our Instagram page, which are both He Said, He Said, He Said Live. Please like and follow us if you have not already. And what we thought we would do for this anniversary episode was put together a nice presentation of some of our favorite ones that we thought were the most visually pleasing, as well as the ones that were the most inspirational. So we'd like to share this with you. Hope it inspires.
Thank you, Vash. Thank you for that. Thank you. Oh my God. You don't realize until you see them, and that wasn't even all of them, right?
No, it wasn't. I mean, like it was less than half.
We
of
have
the
given
words.
lots of inspiration and words of
Yeah.
encouragement out to people. So thank you for putting that together. Well, we are near the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen, and I saw my sister on here. So hello, Carol. How you doing? My sister's on here. I got to give a sideways shout out. President Biden's nominee today for Supreme Court Justice, Dr. Brown Jackson. Her husband happens to be my sister's chief surgeon at Georgetown Hospital. So when I saw him on the news today, I just got chills. Okay, so congratulations to the Brown Jackson family for Dr. Brown Jackson's nomination today. So again, we're at the end of the show, and Nigel and Vash, we talked about this. Yes, it's three of us, ladies and gentlemen, but as they said in the movie Dreamgirls, you see three of us, but there's really five, okay, that have made this show what it was this year. So we have two of those members who have sent in a clip to help us close out the show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. If we could roll them, please.
Good evening, everyone, to the amazing team of He Said, He Said, He Said. Congratulations from the bottom of my heart. Alvin, Vash, I remember when all of this started, Norm, when all of this started with a dream and a vision, such a powerful vision from Alvin, and how he beautifully articulated it to me and Vash. Of course, there was only one thing to say. Of course, I'll be a part of this. I just want to wish you congratulations from the bottom of my heart. I'm so excited and so grateful about what you folks have been able to achieve over the last 12 months. And I'm excited to see what you create going forward. Much continued success. Love you all.
Hey guys, I congratulate you on this wonderful achievement and convey my best wishes on the 1-year anniversary of He Said, He Said, He Said. You guys clearly stand out from the rest, and the show is an inspiration for everyone. I truly enjoyed our time together. Thank you very much for all of the love and the laughter. Let's take it to the moon, baby. Happy anniversary.
See, while I'm over here smiling and grinning and cheesing, and my hair standing up on my back. Thank you, Jacques, and thank you, Saladin, for sending us those well wishes. Beautifully said. Thank you so much. So
to Jacques and Saladin.
To Jacques and Saladin. So
we miss you. Yes.
To close out the show, can you guys just briefly tell us, what your experience has been like on the show? In a few seconds, just in a few words, what has it been like for you this year? So let's start with Nigel, since he's the newbie of the group.
Host.
I think the show this year has been very educational, and surprisingly educational. I think when we go into things not knowing what to expect or what to learn, and what to get out of it, and since starting, I feel like I've learned so much, and I just go to my friends who are like, "Oh, did you know?" And so I will say I'm just so blessed to be a part of this group, and just to learn so much from you guys and from the generations before, so I can pass it along.
Thank you, Nigel. Thank you. And Vash?
Yeah, nice to have you. This show has been an unexpected trajectory in my broadcasting experience. I've done radio. I've never been in front of the camera in terms of my broadcasting experience. So this has been like such an amazing bridge. It's been such an amazing introduction into the NNPA family. It's been such an amazing brotherhood in working with you, Alvin, and you, Nigel, and Saladin, and Jacques, and understanding what it means to be with seasoned Black men and sharing our experiences. It's amazing how we have such different perspectives on things, and yet there's something that really binds us together. It's been an amazing opportunity to, share creativity, to share my creative, capabilities, as well as expanding them, and getting to meet all of our fabulous fans, those people that show up every week, those that watch and listen to our podcast, people that we never actually interact with. That's been truly, truly remarkable. And if you are listening on some platform at some other time other than tonight, Friday night, please comment, let us know that you're listening, give us your thoughts, connect with us, because we want to connect with you.
Thank you, Vash. Thank you. And I'm going to say, I know, thank you, everyone who stuck around to hear us. We've gone beyond our time tonight, but it's our anniversary. I just want to say this last year for me has just been actually beyond, it has exceeded my expectations, to be honest with you. I always say, be careful what you ask for and be ready for when it comes. Mm-hmm. And when it comes to he said, I actually expressed a vision or a dream to two people who, without a doubt, said, yes, I will do it, not knowing where it was going to go, just do it. And then to meet a producer, as I said, who helped push the envelope, who asked me, so when do you want to start? And I said 3 weeks. He said, no, start next week. And it pushed me. It just pushed me to be better. But to whom much is given, much is required. And I have accepted that responsibility. And I love working with you guys. I love, the fact that this is something that I haven't seen before. I haven't seen 3 Black men on TV or on a platform talking about different issues. I mean, broad issues, and especially 3 Black seasoned gay men from 3 different generations. It is a beautiful image to me, and I am so grateful to have you all a part of or in that frame of this journey. So thank you all for being a part of that, and I appreciate you, Vash, Nigel, Jacques, and Saladin. And Norm.
And Norm.
And Norm. Thank you very much. So we're at the end of the show. Terry, thank you for joining on. Terry Franklin just joined on. Thank you so much. We're going to close out this show, and we're going to say thank you for joining us for our 1-year anniversary. Much, much more is coming in the new year, ladies and gentlemen. And we look forward to seeing you on our next episode of He Said.
He Said.
He Said.
Let's try that again. We look forward to seeing you in our next episode of He Said.
He Said.
He Said.
I'm blaming Bottle. Okay, thank you. Have a good night, everybody, and a good weekend. Be safe.